Today we are in search of geodes, and KeoKuk, Iowa is one of the best places to look for geodes. KeoKuk is the center of the geode beds named after the town. They extend 60 miles in every direction, covering Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa, a total of 8 counties. Chief KeoKuk. This is his monument in the middle of KeoKuk, Iowa. His name wasn't really KeoKuk. He was only half Indian. He was actually a politician, and it was his politician friends and a drunken card game that got the town named after him. Many years later, his bones would be exhumed from his resting place and would be moved here, although he really had no connection with the town. Kind of sad. At the Chamber of Commerce in KeoKuk, they have this wonderful display of geodes. They also host the Geode Fest, which is a big get-together once a year, and you can go geode hunting in a lot of places that you don't normally get to. We hope to eventually catch that sometime. This is Hamilton, Illinois. Here is Jacob's Geodes, and this is the back of the property where you get to mine for geodes. It's one of the places that we went about 2.5 years ago for a very short trip and decided we had to come back and do it again right. On driving up, there was these dirt piles have tripled in size since we were here just 2.5 years ago. It was the first thing that hit us, but this location is known for its secondary minerals, which is what people are looking for in a high-quality geode. You want that quartz rind, but then you want other things that draw your attention, and that's why we came here originally and why we're back. We hope to do a couple of other locations and to get some history in the town and some other things while we're here, but this was the big draw. So the first thing we do when we go to any location, whether it's new or someplace we haven't been for a while, is to walk the tailings piles or to walk around the dirt that people have dug through and to find out what they were finding and what kind of quality it was. If somebody has broken crystals or broken geodes that they've left behind that don't look that bad, then they probably took some amazing stuff home. Here Sebastian is bringing a rock to Mom to find out whether it's a geode or not, and it wasn't. But he gets a nice lesson on what a geode is and why it's not a rock, and rocks look a little different than the large hollow geodes that we were looking for. We do get some drone footage on this trip. You can see the shadow kind of going across the ground here. The drone is a little lower quality, and we're hoping to improve that this Christmas. Get a better drone with a better gimbal so we can get higher quality pictures. This one was really all over the place. 2.5 years ago, when we were here, we dug in the area that Layla and Reagan are walking around right now, and we found some great geodes. So they're looking back over that area, and we've got some pictures that were from 2.5 years ago that we will overlay and show you a little bit of the difference. And there's the picture. So the hillside's been pushed back about 10 feet. But this was pretty much the area where we found great stuff before. Not so much this time around when we were just kind of scouting through stuff. So we're going to dig way off to the left. Here's the drone. You can see how shaky the footage is, but it does give you a little bit of an idea of the area that we're digging in. It's about 3/4 of an acre. You dig on the perimeter of that 3/4 acre area on the walls, and they eventually move the dirt more towards the center. Has pretty good drainage. There was a creek that we crossed when you come in that was clear, so they're doing things the right way. They've left a lot of shrubbery and brush around the edges. Jacob's Geode is really well laid out and put together, and that's worth mentioning. When we go to the other location, you can see the difference of a little bit of pre-planning. So that's about it on the drone footage. It just gets too choppy and it makes you a little seasick. We are going to do some footage of us digging. We've condensed about 6 hours into 2 minutes or so. We do speed up the video quite a bit, but we also have cut out quite a bit that was just unproductive and not a whole lot of fun to watch. As we're going through this, we will include some clips and some other pictures and things, so don't skip right to the end. The end is where we've got what we've found. but there's a little bit of interesting detail along the way. We also go to a second location, so if you're going to skip along through the video, do it just a little bit at a time so you don't miss the good stuff. Day 2, Geode Mine, Scheffler Rock Shop, Wayland, Missouri. This was a historic spot. The Scheffler Mine used to be a little bit different. So when the highway widened a couple years ago, they had to move the area where you found geodes. And when we looked online for anything about Schefflers, when you find examples, you really never know whether it's from the new location or from the old location. In most cases, it's from the old location. They've been open for a long time. A lot of geodes that come out of it. When they moved across to the new spot on Schefflers, they prepped this area by stripping off about 10-15 feet of overburden and piling it on all sides, creating a bowl. And although the summer had been very, very dry, they had received rain the week before we came, and it just held that water in the clay and made it a real muddy mess. The geodes are about a foot down. We're on the high side away from the mud, pulling out geodes at a pretty decent pace. We wanted a good sample size to see what kind of secondary minerals they had. So we'll go over that at the end and show you what we have found at Jacobs and what we found at Schefflers. And so it's not just a comparison of the product that we found, but also what the location was like to dig in. And this place had no shade, and it was very muddy. So we're going to speed this up and show you a little bit of high-speed digging.
the rock shop across the highway. We're next to agricultural fields. What you doing, my children? Mmm, smells good. Why are you not rocking? Because your feet hurt. You have a sore on your foot. Your little scrape? And that keeps you from rocking? Oh, okay, and eat. Okay. And you were hungry. Starving.
A brief list of what we found, but following this list, we'll show you what we found.